Still didn't get my jelly babies.
Can you keep a whole fruit pasty in your mouth without chewing it for the whole show?
Here's the challenge.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and
Hello there, welcome to the Flash and Bloke podcast. I'm Siobhan. The boy is listening to those records from the past. He wants to make them last, for they make him feel alive. Which disposables do I have this evening? We've got Dr. Sinister,
Hello, I'm not disposable.
and we've got Thing 1 and Thing 2.
We're totally disposable.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I am trying to do this entire show with a fruit pastel in my mouth, and I'm not allowed to chew it.
No.
Why could it not be a chew it though? Remember the chew it advert? Just so good you just had
No,
to chew it.
no. Fruit pastels they're the one. They are the one. I may just say fuck it and go for it. I'm just warning you now.
Oh, we've all got our little pads here. I've got 10 minutes. Sinister's got... How long do you think?
12 minutes, 11 seconds.
I'm
Brian?
going to go for 15, and then she swallows it whole.
It's gone.
Time starts now.
It's gone.
Oh, well, you win.
Thank you.
Go on. Right. Well, Eddie, you won that then. You were closest.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Don't I get a choice in this? What
No.
is a fruit
No, but
postal? It's basically a banana who can't take life anymore and just goes completely. It's a pastel. It's a sweetie.
That was the prize and you ate it.
Is it anything like
It was
a
a prize?
gummy bear?
What?
The prize was the pastel, but no, you ate it. So
There we go. Roundtrees. Fruit pastels are
Like a
available.
miniature hot
Other
tub
fruit
covered in sugar.
pastels are available. Roundtrees, yours are very much the best.
they are by far.
Check for the
Okay, so
pose.
it's a gummy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what a gummy is. I've not been to America.
Clues in the name.
Gummy bear.
I wouldn't call that
jelly
gummy.
baby.
Jelly
Gummy
baby.
bears. Gummy bears aren't coated in sugar though.
Yeah.
No, this is
These are.
this is more along the lines of Swedish fish and stuff. Sour worm.
This is your British, sweetie. So we take a gum, and how can we make it even more unhealthy? Let's coat it in damn loads of sugar. Yeah,
They
that's
stopped
the Brit-
short of just giving it an outer coating of lard.
No, that's
The
how we do it up
Interesting
there.
thing is, most of the gummies are made out of boiled down collagen and stuff.
I
which
think you
they
say
get
boiled
from
down Collins. I was going to go, yes.
collagen.
Oh,
Made from-
not Colin. Right.
Made from horse hooves and stuff like that,
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Brian.
bones and things. Yeah.
There's our
So what
science
you're
section.
saying is, are you saying they're not vegan?
A lot of them are not.
I
Who'd have
haven't
thought
asked any of them personally, but if any of you are vegan,
could ask
could you
a
let us
vegan.
know, please, at some stage?
Oh, I got a joke for you.
Oh, this shall be.
How do you know? How do you know if you're at a party with a vegan?
They'll tell
I
you.
don't know.
They'll fucking tell you.
I'm sensing a personal thing there.
Yeah.
Right, now, hang on. Brian, I asked you to remember to remind me of two things. Can you remember what those two things were, please? I know what one of them is. I can remember that, but I can't remember the second.
Bruce something or other.
Yep. I know that was one of the keywords I gave you for it, but I can't remember why.
Bruce.
Yes.
Hold on. It was in a Facebook chat, was it not?
No.
Forsyth?
No. It was on the roleplay last night.
For
Bruce
our
Forsyth.
viewers at home, here is the official word on it. Most gummy bears contain gelatin made from the cartilage, bones, hooves, and skin of slaughtered pigs and sometimes other animals. In other words, most gummy bears are not vegan, vegetarian, halal, or kosher.
All the more for us.
I'm just saying. I'm expressing our knowledge. I'm furthering the flashing blades
hang
tradition
on.
of informing and educating.
This is it, you see. I've got a new theory.
Mm-hmm.
A new
Can we have a-
quantum theory. Another
Could be demons.
We need a sting
dancing
for a new
demon?
theory.
for a new theory. Well, you haven't done them, have you?
We didn't tell me you were doing one.
That's because I didn't have it until just now recently. Well, it was actually yesterday.
I hate this when Mummy and Daddy fight.
No, right?
It really hurts me and Brian.
Words hurt like a fist, guys.
Right, okay. This is similar to Quantum Pants. Alright? If I am in these Helia of St. Harbour, the Helia of St. Harbour, no, the Harbour of St. Helia, got there, in Jersey, and I sail directly away from it, and just stay on a straight line, going around the world, right? The thing is, am I actually moving away from the island or towards it? The long way round. Would I be technically doing two things at once? Moving away and moving closer?
Up until you reach the halfway point, you are moving away. Once you breach the halfway point, you are moving towards.
You see, that's like looking at the pants theory and saying, well, were you putting your pants on or off when we caught you like this, Vicar?
You wouldn't be
Who
able to
wears
sail.
pants to this thing?
You can't sail uninterrupted around the world and reach St. Helier again because there's a fucking continent in the way.
Well, that's all right. You can
Two of
walk.
Two of them. Sorry
just-
for my language tonight.
You're doing well. I've got to admit, it's normally me who's the one who's potty mouthed. I wish I could remember what the other thing
we
was.
have another question from
Retta,
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
Sweetheart.
So, but what about Spanky?
Oh, what's Spanky's our crazy uncle?
Retta, sweetheart, you know I love you like a sister, but fuck right off. Okay, good.
Well, I had
There
a flash
goes-
of inspiration about the RPG right
There
before we
goes our last
started.
viewer.
That if your character and Spanky's character are man and wife, you could adopt Colin.
Hey, we are not man and wife. 7. That kid's gonna die.
You guys won't let me kill him. I've been trying since he was introduced.
I've been trying since introduced. You won't fucking let me.
Darks.
Go to your room. Just go to your room. All right, I've had enough. I've had enough now.
I
Go to your
think
room.
he's already in his room. I could be wrong though.
It couldn't be anybody else's. Let's face facts. Look at
Yeah.
it.
I mean, look at all the toys.
Did anyone else, when they were a kid, for anyone else, was the threat go to your room? Was that never really a threat?
No! I had my TV in there, I had my stereo, I had my books, I had my games. No!
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You've got to understand.
My room was way cooler than every other room in the house.
My mother could have fitted into the Dursleys very easily. And if she could have got away with it, I would have been the child under the cupboard of the stairs. So, there. That stops you all talking. No, he won't. He doesn't exist. He's fictional. Are you in the same problem as Brian here?
Same family.
I call her my sister. Work it out.
Okay, right. So she believes that fictional things are real. Fair enough. News! I thought there was some news this week. Was there some news this week?
I don't know. I haven't checked
JMS?
Dominic's Twitter feed.
JMS?
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Jan
JMS.
Michael Straczynski.
Contact has been made.
Well, you go on, Colin. Look, if I call everybody Colin, all right, it stops me having to try to remember everybody's names.
No, but
Just-
but for Brian, you have to say Colin because apparently that's how they pronounce it over there.
Colon?
Oh, hold a
Colin.
minute. If you're going to call us all Colin, do we all have to start speaking like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
we do.
Okay then.
I am everywhere.
What's going on?
My colony might.
Okay.
Why are we talking like this?
Because that's how Colin talks in the RPG. I'm number one.
We're all Colin now.
And she's thinking, what hell have I wrought upon myself?
No, I think she switched us off, actually.
She's putting the foot pastels in her ears. We're
She
fine.
needs an adult. She needs an adult.
Finish now.
You can plug back in.
Are we there yet?
I think she's unplugged the headphones.
Yeah.
Well, that was this week's Flashing Blade, so join us next week.
JMS is actually
At what point
in the run.
this evening are you going to get me to play my clarinet at you?
Oh, no. Oh,
Because I will. That's the warning, boys and girls. Okay? That's the warning. Okay, good.
At what point exactly did you
Seal
realize
that
you lost?
up so it can't go off accidentally. I don't know.
Don't
how to
take off the
seal it
safety
up.
trigger.
Oh, yes, I do. Righty-ho. Okay, so
Careful,
the
Sinister
clarinet
has
is
a
hanging
cat.
over your head.
Not afraid to use it.
it's going to be one of those weeks.
Oh, Rena can play the clarinet, so you two could jam together.
Oh. Now she's done it.
Now she's done it. We can say everything we want to.
Viva la Revolution.
Is that an attack cat with lasers?
No, I've not converted him yet.
Can we just ignore the fact I'm incredibly crap tonight?
You know?
You have been provoked.
You're doing
Fair.
well,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
I successfully managed to unplug my headphones. You want to play a duet? Oh, great. I can imagine trying to do that over the internet with the internet's land speeds and everything else like that, and with lag and stuff.
We could establish our own Portsmouth Symphonia.
Oh, now you're talking.
You are
now
talking.
you're
That is a part. Using, like the Radiophonic Workshop, using the latency issues to help improve the performance.
Exactly.
I think you've just created internet jazz.
Great.
Nice. Right. Do you know, I think that's fuck all news. Every time we do this news thing,
J. Michael Straczynski.
oh yeah, J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen, but apparently he is in talks with the BBC. I'll wait and see. Who knows?
But they have to go through their own internal stuff.
However,
first,
Mark
don't they?
Gatiss has suddenly come off Twitter.
And that, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And nobody's heard of Kyle McLachlan for weeks. So who knows?
Oh, you're hoping, aren't you?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the thing with him and the Third Doctor?
No.
And he's got a treat for you afterwards.
Excellent. Not that I'm taking credit for the Kyle McLachlan thing. It was Sinister here came up with it, and I just jumped on the bandwagon. It's like I'm all for. I think it'd be great.
You're very easily led. You're just the sort of person he likes to have around.
That's why I'm security.
Eddie,
It's
say
ironic,
yes.
really, considering how
Yes,
insecure as a person
yes.
you are.
Eddie, say
As
yes.
long as they bring up the
Everything you
subject
say.
of the Quetzalcoatl cataract and a damn fine cup of coffee.
Hang on. If he's going to be taking this role, we're going to have to call him Garman. I'm sorry, but I feel we need to.
In terms of the
Uso.
producer, if it helps, I've got 25 JNTs in the loft.
Bloody hell, that's... Hang on, isn't that the lot that was basically left over after the Dapol fire?
This cloning technology's been taken far too far.
It's just not right, is it? Quite frankly.
No.
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 Better do this, hadn't we?
Yeah.
And now from the world's BBC television's Doctor Who. It's Doctor Who. A first Flashing Blade presenter has only just remembered what Doctor Who story we're doing this week. A fourth Doctor Who, probably. I was doing some painting. Trying to spruce up the secondary control room, which means that the secondary control room stuff that they keep coming out with is all wrong, because he's been painting in there. I'm just saying is all. And anyway, they stop. The TARDIS stops. And it turns out there's nowhere else to go. They have reached the end of everything. Except for one spaceship, the P-70E. It's Underworld, everybody. Everybody's favourite colour separation overlay beauty. Right. I just want to see where we're going to head with this. I'm gonna start off with Eddie, if I may.
I'll be perfectly frank. I wasn't the hugest of fans of this. I'll start with the positives. I thought the model work, the spaceship, and the solar fleet. I thought that was great, but it was just very, very heavy colour separation overlay. The whole. Have you ever seen the video for the Mike Nesmith song "Flying Down to Rio"?
Yes.
Yes. It just. I'm watching the bit where they're going down the cavern and they're flying down, and Romana's doing this and the other guy actor's doing this. Tom was not playing. It was like.
I can't remember if it was because there'd been a strike and they couldn't get the sets made, or they lost the sets and then decided to do it all on CSO. So it is very serious.
I just assumed it was money.
Yeah, the budget.
Well, remember, we're talking 78.
We're talking winter of discontent.
Major inflation.
Yeah.
But I just thought Tom being rebellious just was not playing. He was just standing.
Can we take a moment to appreciate the season 15 wide scarf again, please?
That is a magnificent scarf.
It's a marvellous scarf, yes. Yes. Right,
I'll add that to the list of positives.
Please
do. The season 15 scarf.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. This I had to tell the boxes. Romana's got a lovely long hair.
Even Leela's got her hair back as well.
Yeah.
Just, I've given up.
Yeah.
Frankly,
yeah.
I've got to come up with something new because you are unworthy. As we proved, you're unworthy of being unworthy of the diamond logo.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a conundrum, doesn't it?
We've turned unworthy of the diamond logo into a positive now.
I'll tell you what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and get... It's just done. It's done like that, is it? Okay.
Maybe get that tattooed.
No. Try and get unworthy of being unworthy or something. We're going to have to come up with a new T-shirt for you for next year.
We'll figure it out. Next edition. The other thing, I liked the weapons. It wasn't just your bog standard guns. It was kind of like laser shields, and I thought that was quite good. And I thought the laser effects were pretty good, but the poor colour separation overlay kind of just took me out of it quite a bit. The whole thing around fighting gravity and going down like that and then going lower, it was just, the story itself. Has this not been done before in terms of? And I think better.
It's an old myth. It's an old myth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the P7E is Persephone. It's an old Greek myth.
Yeah, can I just briefly interrupt there? You know Doctor Who, the unfolding text? The very
Don't you bloody dare start quoting that at us unless it is in the context of Dragonfire.
The thing is, right, before I read the unfolding text when I was about 10, and I had to have a dictionary on hand to look up every other bloody word.
I couldn't be bothered.
The thing is, I'd never heard the name Persephone in terms of the Greek myth. So when they were saying the P7E was Persephone, I read that as the P7E is Persephone, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it took me years to understand that.
The Mask of Mandragora.
Yeah,
that was my one. Mandragora. Yeah. And Paul Cornell thought that the Master's first name was Jehoshaphat for a good few years.
Yeah.
So don't worry, folks. Oh, Hooverville news. Yes. It's sold out. Hooray.
Wonderful.
Wonderful news. Katie Manning's coming. And this is on top of the other guests. And I don't know if it's been announced, but there's an 80... Andrew Morgan's coming, but there's also another 80s director coming in as well. So...
How are they handling the COVID restrictions?
It's quite simple. Would all attendees, rather, please have a lateral flow test 24 hours beforehand. And it is requested that you wear masks. Certainly in the public areas, when you're sat down in the auditorium, not so much. But when you're out and about and you're wandering around, they ask if would you please wear a mask?
Please don't endanger Katie.
No, quite frankly.
Yeah, wear your mask. Don't endanger Katie.
Yeah,
Just that.
save a Manning. Wear a mask.
Yes. Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Colin will start throwing his Crocs at you. So just wear the mask.
I got to get in touch with Andrew, the guy who's interviewing him. I'm going to try and see if I can get him to ask about the Crocs. I don't know whether I should, because I'm pushing it already with the T-shirt thing. Not allowed to wear them on stage.
Really?
Yeah, because Steve, quite understandably, doesn't want it becoming about the T-shirt rather than the guest.
Yeah,
which is very understandable. So I've got to bring a change of clothes with me. I've told him I will not be wearing an Unworthy of the Diamond logo T-shirt on stage. So there we go. I also have a word with... I'm interviewing Gary Russell, so I have a word with him and sort of say, don't bring it up. Yeah, this is about you. It's not about anything else. So, yeah, I can understand that. I can very much understand that.
Yeah.
I'm very, very scared. Anyway,
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You're a professional.
Yes,
you don't know what I'm scared of. Anyway, moving on.
So, no, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best. And again, the colour separation overlay, maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it says more about me, but kind of took me out of a lot of it.
Not necessarily about you. It was bad for its time. It was ambitious, but it didn't work. There's a lot of it that does work. But unfortunately, the bits that don't, they, like you say, they take you out of it.
The other thing I didn't like about it was the whole thing around the mythos around the gods and the Time Lords sharing their technology and the regeneration thing being shared as well. That just didn't sit right. That didn't came across as just kind of totally out of cat. And I know it's the first bit, and this was the group.
But this is a mechanical regeneration rather than natural regeneration.
It's sort of a faux regeneration.
Yeah, it's essentially in fact, I'm going to say the word. It's not a regeneration, it's a rejuvenation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That makes more sense to me because Talia just got younger.
Yeah.
Rather than become a different actress.
And she was stunning. So I'll add that to another positive. I thought that the actress Talia was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, so I'm terribly sorry. Are you turning into Brian?
No, I'll credit where credit's due. That was a fine looking woman. Sorry, I'll stop there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Again, before or after the makeup?
After.
You ageist!
Have a look at these pictures.
What?
I'm shallow.
I told you
my Echo Show is doing things.
It's alive.
And I'm being found by rain and thunder sounds, followed by them. My car, for some bizarre reason, I love my car to bits, but for some bizarre reason, it has a setting where you can play relaxing sounds, like the sounds of rain in a forest.
I turned that on.
A walk through a snowy village, a nice crackling open fire, the sort of things you really need to keep you awake on a motorway journey. Exterminating a fowl.
Of the fowls, yeah.
Oh,
that would be it. That's a nice relaxing.
That would be a nice, yeah.
I would have on loop. I would have on loop the death of the arch traitor Anthels by Ronson, because that was a good one. Sorry, we're still on Friday's show, by the way. Which news? Yes, the Friday show is as of not this. We're not doing it this Friday, are we? Yes, we are doing it this Friday.
We are doing this Friday.
We're doing 2 episodes a show instead of 1 from now on. So next Friday will be the first 2 episodes.
We had a massive letter campaign.
Yes, one person asked us to come back and do the reactions, and could we do some classic? So
Nice.
we've covered everything there. I think that's pretty good going. So it'll be Destiny of the Daleks next Friday, and then we got a week off. There will be there might be a reaction the week after. The thing is, we're all going to be at Hooverville. So, but Brian, you can do a thing if you like.
Yeah, we're all going to be at Hooverville. Thanks.
Do you want lots of photos and video?
Well, Brian is the skeleton crew that we're leaving behind to run the ship.
Yes.
Just the skeleton.
I'm essential.
Story of your life, Brian, isn't it?
He's going to say he's starting to twitch when he hears that word. Anyway, yes. No.
I never expected essential to correspond to sacrificial.
Fool. Brian, you tell us what you think. I've got a reason for doing it in this order. You tell us what you think.
Okay. I didn't like the special effects for the entirety of being underground.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good idea, but like you guys said, it doesn't work.
Could it have worked if it wasn't on CSO? Could the story itself have stood on its own?
Well, normally for something like that, they'd go to some mine in Cardiff or Yorkshire, Surrey or something, and film in the mine.
Bless, he's naming the only English things he knows.
Exactly.
And one Welsh thing.
And you would have an actual freaking tunnel for them to run down at different angles. This did not work at all. It looked cheap. From what you say,
context is very, very important with this story. That's why I'm asking: does the story hold up without the effects?
The whole mythology based off that it's based off.
Not just that. I'm talking about the story as a whole. If they had, like you said, gone to a quarry and whatever, would the story have held up?
It would have lasted a lot. It would have been a lot better.
Okay. So right. That's good. You can see what I'm trying to get here. What's your opinion of the story itself, the actual storyline, rather than without all the clitter-clatter of the effects?
Storyline without all the glitz and everything?
Yeah.
The pretty much translation of the Persephone myth.
Mm-hmm.
It would have held up better.
Okay, fair enough.
The special effects detracted from this. Tom was just
yeah. We're heading into the comedy Tom Baker comedy half hour.
Yeah, he was done with this one. My other question is, why is he painting the TARDIS's secondary control room?
Why shouldn't he? It's his control room.
Because he can press a button and have it change.
As Norman Osborn said to the Sentry, we're going to have fries and burger. But I don't need to eat, said the Sentry. And Norman says, you don't need to, but you should to remember how to feel human. And that's what the Doctor's doing here. He doesn't need to paint, but he's doing it just to be in touch with what he's doing. How the fuck I came out with that, I don't know. Please tell me to just shut up.
No. That was good. That was a quite plausible theory. It might be wrong. It might be right. We won't know because
Graham Williams is dead.
Yes.
Right.
Leela does what Leela does.
His name is Orf, Doctor. That's a lovely name. I started watching Tenko.
Oh, that was good.
Trust me, when you start watching Tenko, you see Louise Jameson in a very different light.
When she got pacified, I was like, oh boy.
You male creep!
Right? This was going to be like, I'm sitting there thinking Death by Snoo Snoo in 3, 2, 1.
Right. Andrew is looking very serious. I've left Andrew till last because, respectfully, Andrew, Fan Dinosaur, you've been there, you've done that, you've seen this. I wanted to hear the new boys' views first to see if it springs anything up to mind for you. So, please, go away. See, I'm actually hosting the show. It's good, isn't it?
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very
Would
much.
you like me to do the intro?
No. It's just too cheesy now.
I can't
Didn't
help it.
you, didn't you miss out something from the front? What we've been doing this week?
You're going to have to help me.
We hadn't done an awkward pause for ages. That was pretty good.
It
That
was. That was a genuine awkward
Yeah,
pause, though.
yeah.
That was
A
genuine.
couple of weeks ago, you bemoaned the fact that you'd forgotten to ask what we've been doing in the week.
Oh, right.
Oh!
Yes. That's quite right. Brian, what have you been up to this week? Had a good week, bad week?
Preparing for the end of the world.
Oh, that's nice.
Getting jerked around.
Do you have to pay for that? Sorry, that's jerked off. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I mistook that.
Wasn't nearly that pleasurable. Stress levels of here.
Yeah, but
guys
that
are
compares the
paying
guilt
Transformer.
levels for being jerked off. So,
No.
you know,
There's no jerk.
but there is a jerk. Trust me.
guilt level.
Carry on.
Guilt levels. Got a surprise Transformer. Very happy.
Oh, I've arranged your birthday present. Because it's Brian's birthday on the 5th, everybody. Not the 5th, on Friday. This Friday.
Happy
Just
birthday.
Just letting
Happy
everyone
birthday in
know.
advance, Brian.
And I've arranged a birthday present. I need to double check. I might actually make it a lot easier. But we'll see.
My revenge will be swift and terrible.
Listen, you have no one else to blame but yourself. When I mentioned it last night, everyone's going, no, don't bother getting him anything. He's got everything he wants. Anything he wants, he'll go out and buy. I've had 30 years of that with Adam. I know how to get round that really easily. So you, young man, have no one to blame but yourself for what you're going to get.
I'll give Colin a lightsaber.
So will I. Kebab time. Right. So was that a bad week then? Say it was a bad week. Cheer me up.
It was a bad week.
Ah, that's good.
It was a horrible freaking week.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. We'll see how it
Nothing I
goes.
can do about it. It's going to be a horrible week next week.
I know. Let's not go into it here, though.
No. Oh,
'cause-
God, no.
No, this is public. Eddie, how was your week?
Not much. We had friends over on Friday evening. who we
Oh,
hadn't seen
you've
in
got
2 years.
friends.
Friends!
What's it like?
I don't know. We're actually friends with my wife, so it's friends by association.
So
no,
they don't exist either, then.
So they're imagining...
Marie and Scott, my imaginary friends that of my imaginary wife have got names. It was lovely. I hadn't seen them in 2 years, so it was through various reasons we didn't get to see them for a year, and then COVID struck, so it was nice.
You
Good.
hadn't seen them in 2 years. Is that because you'd stopped taking the pills now?
The pills were working for the last 2 years. They're starting to wear off, so
Yeah.
He's
that
getting
might have
immune
something
to
to do with it. Yes.
He's
yeah.
going to realise.
Building up
He's going to wake
Yeah,
up
it
and
does.
realise he's been doing this show for God knows how long. You wait and see the panic then.
And there's video evidence as well. It's yeah.
Dr. Sinister, who's there, sat looking and posed the question, how was your week this week?
I had friends over yesterday, and by the way, I showed them some of these videos. And
I'm scared.
Eddie, my wife thinks you've got a lovely voice.
I've got a Glaswegian scummy voice, but that's very nice. That's okay. It's
Anyway,
I suppose
we
it's
have-
acquired taste.
Could
of
you
my
say
friends-
you'll have had your tea for me, please?
One
Yeah,
of my
I've had
friends,
tea.
Thank you.
one of my friends is a viewer of the show.
Hello,
Really?
Andrew's
Not
friend.
Hello, viewer.
They don't watch live. They watch
It's very wise because
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
And apart from that, I built this thing the other night.
Oh, nice.
Imperial shuttle, nice.
Well, it's from the Bad Batch.
I was going to say that's their ship.
Yeah, the Disney Plus show. So I will add this to my Imperial fleet.
Is that any good? Is the Bad
Not
Batch
as a
any good?
spaceship. No, it's not. I'm sorry, Eddie. Oh God. Explain it to him. It's catching off Brian. It's not
Is
real.
the cartoon? No. The cartoon. The cartoon is real.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. It's interesting. You see the transition from Republic to Empire.
it is. Yeah.
From a lower level.
Yeah. It is. It's a good show. To be
I'll
fair.
give it a go.
Admittedly, it has the cute kid syndrome. But
Yeah.
Wait for the season to finish so I can binge it all.
it has finished.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Yeah. It's good.
Good. I'll binge it then.
The cute kid's not so bad. It's not Wesley Crusher levels of cringe, but
So-
they've got to have
Colin levels?
they've got to have a cute kid because it's Disney, right?
Yeah.
Quite. Do you remember Derek Sherman? Cute kid
So
and a dog.
Last night I came up with an idea for a spin-off of our RPG.
Oh yes, good. Right.
Colin and Vincent in a spin-off show.
Off you go then. Bye.
It'd be be perfect for Disney Plus. They own both the copyrights. Just go for it. Colin mentored by our failed Jedi, though.
You never get Sigourney Weaver to do it.
But we can get somebody who looks like her and dress her up as a bag lady. We'll be fine.
Jinx
Or
the
we
kid.
could animate it. We could animate it and thereby get around the whole not real Sigourney Weaver.
No. The sheer amount of flies that would need to be animated per frame.
What about the robot?
Well, that's just one of the flies.
Yeah, exactly.
We've lost
The Lord-
everybody. You know that, don't you? Okay, good.
Nobody watches.
This was role playing last night. Yes. What did you think of Underworld, Sinister?
I remember watching this when it came out,
And what more?
and I didn't think much of it then. It's always looked ropey. Even on 1970s 625 line TV, it looked ropey. I do the novel. I always quite liked the novel, the Target book. I like. There were a couple of Doctor Who stories like this where they took ancient mythology. The Tawns of Nymon, for example. There's another one where they took kind of mythological concepts and kind of futurized them, if you like. I liked the backstory of the Time Lords and the Minions, Minians. And also, I think we should pay a moment's respect to Alan Lake, who is not a great actor, but he had a very tragic end in life.
He did. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Could I point out something that I've just forgotten? Hang on. Before you were talking about Alan Lake, you were talking about something else.
The
The
Minions.
Minions.
Yes, that's it. It's interesting because we've been talking What If. And I think this predates the Doctor Who stuff. But the race of the Watchers originally were all powerful races. They gave their technology to a planet. They blew themselves up. And the Watchers from then on vowed never to interfere again.
Yes.
And I think this is 60s Marvel, wasn't it? Yeah, very probably. So, there we go. Just pointing out the similar cemeteries.
Well, it's a
Tomorrow on the
standard thing.
brain.
I mean, you have Watchers, you have the Prime Directive, you have Gallifrey. Advanced cultures don't want to share their technology with more primitive cultures because
Have you met us?
the chance that they'll do something inappropriate,
Just say it. Stupid.
stupid. Hey, let's give this phaser to this monkey. What will happen?
Yeah. Yes.
One other thing about Underworld.
Yes.
What are the gimp suits all about?
1970s fashion, love. You saw Gary Glitter. I'll rephrase that.
Also,
Alvin Stardust. There we go.
this is the first. Those two, the robots that take their helm, they look like Diglets from Pokemon.
I don't know what them is.
There's a Pokemon that lives underground, and it's just a potato-shaped head.
Pops up.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I have
Thank
a
you.
question. I think I have a theory on that. With the GIMP suit, it is 1978. That's the same year that Doomwatch is set in. And Ridge is wearing a dog collar in it. So can we all just assume that 1978 fashion was heavily influenced by the BDSM set?
And we need to point out, of course, by then there was already a female prime minister.
Exactly.
Not sure if it was supposed to be Shirley Williams. Certainly wasn't supposed to be Margaret Thatcher.
Not in 78 there wasn't. 79 there was.
No, what I'm saying is in Doctor Who fiction.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes. So, Underworld, on the whole, thumbs up, thumbs down. And
I don't really want Underworld.
we
on the
really
whole.
should have done tonight's thing on Zoom and each put on a really dodgy CSO background. That would have been so apt. Think of these things too late. I don't know.
Discord sort it out.
And I said this the other night in the chat. There's a scene where they're running across a wooden bridge.
Yes.
Yes.
Where does the wood come from?
Exactly.
Oh, well.
It's petrified wood. It's been buried for years.
No. It's come from the P7E. It's been stripped out.
What, they had wooden fittings?
It could have had some luxury stuff. I mean, it was ongoing for one hell of a long journey.
Lasted 100,000 years.
All
It's
that
wood.
chip can
We
last
don't
about-
know how long wood really lasts. And remember one other very important thing. It's space wood.
We
They were
kind of,
using Gallifreyan wood preserver, which lasts for 100,000 years.
discussing
Invented by Ronson.
as exactly it says on the TARDIS.
Since the main question right now is how long wood lasts, I'll see myself out. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, there's the level tonight, boys and girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
And once again, we have some to undo.
No, not we. You.
Whoa.
You.
The level is quite appropriate considering we are looking at Underworld. It's
Oh,
underground.
oh, do you see?
Yes.
Just see there. That was very nice. That was smooth,
Thank you.
I think. Very
Thank you.
smooth. Sorry, it's really annoying. I'm on the wrong side of the bloody monitor because my camera's up here, hello, on that monitor, and to look at them, I have to look over here, which means I'm looking away from them.
Why don't you just move it over to the other monitor?
Because I don't want to. I like it like this.
Well, don't complain then.
And why are you complaining?
I wasn't complaining. I was explaining.
Sounded like a complaint.
Did.
Since
Eddie,
when was
say yeah.
Information.
A, since when was this a democracy? And B, since when did you, Dr. So-called Sinister, approve of democracy? Apart from that Christmas speech you gave.
I'd love to say yes, but when everybody starts fighting, I just go into a kind of fetal position.
We're
It's still arguing.
traumatizing Eddie, guys. Come on, we
Yeah.
got it. Let's pull it together.
Somebody think of the children.
Think of Eddie.
Because of the RPG last night, we are
The
doing
50-year-old man child.
we are doing the Monster of Peladon, and you can blame Brian for that.
Thanks, Brian.
It's a six-parter.
It is a six-parter. It's Pertwee's penultimate story, series 11, Monster of Peladon, and we're going to play a very special game with this. All right. As you watch, I would like you to note down, just in tally form, if you like, just how many times you see Terry Walsh, the stuntman. All right.
With or without a badger haircut.
Doesn't matter. Just however many times you see Terry Walsh in The Monster of Peladon. Extra points for spotting him after he's been killed.
Oh, this Terry guy's ate by the Monster of Peladon, or he's in the episode. Sorry, I need to be specific.
He's a stuntman
Right. Okay.
and generalised extra, and so he kept popping up all over
No,
the person.
you said he was in the Monster of Peladon, so was he attacked and eaten by the monster?
No,
Or-
in the TV series, The Monster of Peladon.
You know how
No, you lost me.
Clara went back in time and was constantly appeared throughout the Doctor's time stream?
Yes.
Yes.
That's Terry Walsh.
Yeah,
Oh!
that's a brilliant explanation for Terry Walsh. That. Oh, I applaud that explanation. I'm sorry.
That's canon now.
That's worthy of the diamond logo. That is. That is.
Thank you.
I'm impressed by that.
He's the impossible stuntman. Okay,
Impossible.
got you.
Even better.
Like that.
Perfect. Anybody watching this? Right. So now Big
Actually,
Finish.
5 people.
Big Finish.
Yes.
Right now. We were going to do After the Daleks. Did anybody manage to listen to it?
I
Yes.
don't have time to listen to stuff in the week, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
please
to
say that with more disdain.
I don't have time to listen to stuff during the week.
Thank you. That's better.
He's busy running Sinister Enterprises.
Right.
Incorporate.
Yes, it is incorporated.
I was doing a bit of running about in the car this week, so I got a chance to listen to most of it. I have not finished it, so no spoilers, please, because I've been really enjoying it.
Well, this week was Diablo 2 beta weekend, so I had plenty of time to listen to it while I was playing.
Okay, so we can actually do a review of this brand new thing, After the Daleks. It's set just almost immediately after the ending of the Dalek invasion of Earth. The TARDIS has warped off, and Susan's there left alone with David. And it takes its time, and I don't mean it's slowly paced. What I mean is it does go through the time period a little bit quickly, so that they can get to a point where society's been rebuilt enough to start with the main thrust of the plot of this, which is essentially who is going to lead the UK. There's one guy who was the camp controller, a mayor of some area, who was basically
Governor.
a Dalek.
The governor. He was one of
When
the
you say
governors.
Controller, do you mean 1970s camp?
No. It was the governor. Get it quite right. And he was responsible for he was a nasty politician, and he was responsible for saving his own neck and killing hundreds of thousands of others.
Collaborator.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much more, except that this guy finds the last alive Dalek on Earth. So, I'm not going to bother asking Doctor. Do you want to have a nap for the moment, dear?
Thanks.
That's right. You take it nice and easy. There, you see? I can be nice. It's a fine dinosaur. You've got to treat them well. I'm going to have to help poor old Gary Russell up on stage. Actually, he'll probably have to help me up on stage. Brian, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Go on then.
I love Susan stories. I really like the character, and I think it's a damn shame that they have not brought her back into the main continuity
They have.
since.
Oh, do you mean
No,
on
I
the
mean-
telly?
On telly.
On
On
the
telly.
telly.
Okay, well, she came back
They
from Five
haven't
Doctors.
explored
and-
that at all ever since she
Dimensions and
left,
Time.
and I think that's a really waste
Doctor
of a
Who
good
is always
plot
a
arc.
show about going forward. Whilst it references its past, it's ironically, once it's in the past, apart from the occasional surprise.
They brought back Sarah Jane. All I'm saying.
That was
They couldn't bring back his
originally a
granddaughter.
one-off.
They couldn't bring back his granddaughter. No, I'm sorry.
And I know Peter Capaldi wanted
That
it.
said, in establishing that I am a big Susan fan, I found this incredibly dull.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. The political maneuvering in the first disc, I was almost snoring.
I'm going to counter and say I really enjoyed this. I did not expect to enjoy it, and I really did. I enjoyed all that
I was playing
stuff.
a video game that required me to pay attention. I was falling asleep. The second disc was predictable based upon the first. It turned into almost a CW teen drama. I found the entire 2-disc set dull.
What did you
And
think?
this
about
is
it, though?
why
Did you
I
like it?
don't send our reviews to Big Finish.
I'm terrified about if we ever have Nick Briggs on the show.
I'm going to make it happen one day, mate.
Go ahead.
Maybe for the 100th, I don't know.
I'll deal with it, but it's like, oh my god.
Oh no! What will happen is if Nick Briggs ever does come on the phone, it'll be, where's the Brian fella? And
Right?
the guy at the bottom on the right hand corner will be going, oh, call blimey, Mister, I don't know, call blimey up the apples
I'll
instead
put
of
a fake accent and hide my ID.
Do
or
the whole
something.
Van Dyke. Ooh.
No,
Sit
are you
that
saying,
thing. Uh,
are you saying this episode should have been called After the Dull X?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one. I like it.
I disagree with it, but I see the humour in it.
What I did enjoy was that they
Put the
finally
eye back
implemented
in.
environmental effects.
Yes.
They finally had that happening. I've always said that they need to implement environmental effects in their work to give you a sense of surroundings. They finally did.
Okay. This is good. Right. Shut up. Now, Eddie.
I'm really enjoying it. I'm not finished it yet, but I'm really enjoying
Oh,
it.
stuff happens, mate. There's some stuff happens and a bit more, and then at some stage the disc runs out.
I'm getting into the last part, so I'm going to. I'll probably listen to this tomorrow because I've really been enjoying
Not
it.
the last part. Oh no!
Oh,
The
no,
last
don't
part?
use David. Don't use
When they
No,
do the thing
no,
and-
don't,
oh,
no.
horror.
Oh God, the children. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
No,
Eh.
go ahead.
There's a. This is why I like Sundays. Anyway, right, I liked it for a lot of reasons. It was so Susan is chose to stay behind, and
No,
my God,
she.
does she have.
No, she didn't choose, and that is an actual plot point. Hartnell left her.
It's fine. I bet he'll come back, won't he? One day he will come back.
That's what he said. But he just
Yeah,
basically there's this devastated planet that needs to be rebuilt. He sees his granddaughter is finally looking like she might fancy a boy. But as soon as he can, he bloody gets rid of her. He dumps her off on him. See, poor Susan didn't get a chance. She didn't even know if she loved David.
well, that
I'd love it if
that-
they brought her back in the TV show and she gave the doctor what for
What the hell you up to? Exactly.
Do you know what would have been really funny? Would have been if the Doctor had buggered off in the TARDIS and Susan suddenly couldn't understand David because she doesn't speak English.
That's later, sir.
They do actually go that way up to a point in
really?
that she cannot read the Dalek pictograms. But if the TARDIS was there, that's a bit of a fudge. But yeah. It's a good story. I honestly did not
I really
expect
liked
myself
it.
to enjoy it, but I
Me
really
too.
have.
We got a couple of choices, and that was the one. And it's very. It's not dark, right? It's not like, but it's very in keeping with early
It is.
Doctor Who.
This is what I was about to say. It's the storytelling in it is linear, like they
Yeah.
did back then.
Yeah.
And so it pulls together really well.
And Carol Ann Ford, isn't it?
Well
Carol-
done. Well
Thank you.
done.
Her voice is so youthful. So I mean, she's playing 19-year-old.
She doesn't sound like she used to, but no, you're right. She,
No,
you know,
you're not taking out the story by saying this is somebody in the lateral years playing a younger. It works. I like the fact that it's cast audio, but Susan's doing some commentary over it as well, which kind of kept it flowing.
but the commentary, or narration, or whatever you want to call it, isn't hugely intrusive. There's not a huge amount to it.
No.
It's mostly full cast acted, so it's just a little icing on the top, a little bit.
Exactly.
Are you saying you enjoyed it for the mechanics that it provided or the actual plot?
No, I like the plot as well because it was the whole thing around it. So the Daleks, albeit except for one, and that's I'll keep it there, have been expelled, and it's the whole point in terms of the bad guys in this is pretty much it's a study that humanity can sometimes be its own worst enemy. And
the thing that got me was the way I was looking. We just got rid of a race of fascist conquerors. We're now going to vote in a fascist conqueror.
yeah, and it's the planet seems to be supportive of this person, and they're so eager to just basically be subjugated again.
Yeah.
And so I quite found it quite fascinating. The whole thing around the Dalek and the portrayal of the Dalek. The thing about the guy, and I can't remember his name, the Robo Man.
Vincent.
Yep. So, and it's the whole thing.
I think it's Vincent.
It's
Colin.
the whole thing. It's the Robo Men, right? So it's the fact that these guys are still under the control of the Daleks, and they're going about without a mission, and they're. I nearly said a major plot, but I'm not going to. I thought that was well done.
Purpose.
They've no purpose anymore, except that they can sense that there's one potential. So again, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
And the bit I liked it as well. It was just the plus points, because it's the old joke about when you're watching it, particularly a film. When you're watching it, this is supposed to be the future, but look at their old cars, and it's because the Daleks, when they've conquered it, they explain they've regressed technology. They've made a lot of technology forbidden. They've taken away a lot of the steps that man had taken to actually get to it.
Didn't get rid of Sugar Puffs, though, did they?
I was about to say,
No.
does it explain the Sugar Puffs?
Well, I don't know. I've not listened to the last part, so there is a creature. Is it the honey monster?
I think it might be.
Yeah,
It's
I used to
Sugar
do
Bear.
there is a creature.
There is a creature, and it could be the honey monster. We're never told what it is, but...
And there's orange secretion. So
secretion, nice.
Thank you. That's my work for today.
That's that's good.
Yeah, secretion 2000. So
Ronson
I
products
enjoy-
again.
Get it in. So I honestly, I didn't find this slow. I found this actually really good, and again, albeit I get a major plot point from the original story completely wrong. I really enjoyed it, and I thought it's
It'll make more
adult.
sense once you've listened to the fourth part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's adult, but it's in keeping with the storytelling of the time. Carol Ann Ford is absolutely brilliant in it.
I think the young man who plays David does a very good job,
Yeah.
because he's having to take over the role from someone else.
Yeah. So
think.
if you're talking about what was my take in the best of Doctor Who this week, definitely this by a mile. Really
Fair
enjoyed
enough.
it.
We've got a problem for next week.
We always have a problem. For
In fact, I'm actually going to take out a anti-harassment suit against Big Finish.
Oh God, did they bombard them again?
They
There's
do
tons
another
of stuff.
bomb.
Okay, so we've got the first visit to the Death's End Monastery from Abominable Snowman, but with the First Doctor, Stephen and Dodo. Or, which I'm guessing is going to be another 4-discer. Or you've got Philip Hinchcliffe Presents with the Fourth Doctor and Leela, but I suspect it might be a 6-discer. What do you want to review? Shall we split the reviews up? Has anybody got time to do the Hinchcliffe one? If not, I'll do that.
I'll go for the Hinchcliffe one. I'll
Yeah,
go for that.
I think Doctor and Leela would be.
Yeah?
Yep.
Sinister? Oh, you're not going to listen, are you?
I won't have time, I'm afraid.
All right, in that case, fine. See? I let you make minds up. I'm nice.
Philip Hinchcliffe Presents.
It's not Philip Hinchcliffe Presents, it's Philip Hinchcliffe Presents, and it's him opening his Christmas present.
Oh, I'd like to see
better.
that.
Even better.
Preferably back archive footage, so you can see what Robert Holmes gave him and Terry Nation, and that would be fun.
Did he get his Evil Knievel stunt cycle? He's been asking for that for years.
Robert Holmes would have loved one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah. All I had
We're
was Team
committing
America.
fan
I didn't
sacrilege
have
this
Team
evening.
Evil.
Anyway, meanwhile, there's murder. A murder happening on the wards.
That's
of
cultural misappropriation right there. Not enough. That's disgraceful. That's
Well, what would you have
cancel-
called it?
Murder.
Right.
Just like you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, people are dying on this hospital ward. It's an experimental hospital ward because all their treatment is controlled by a computer. Brian's crying already. The computer, unfortunately, is based on an old military computer which has a self-defense mechanism installed in it.
It's a war game computer.
It's an old War Games computer. As a result, the doctor who's trying to get this thing shut down because it is looking at the statistics and thinking, well, this person's going to die, so it just stops treatment, so they die. This doctor's worked it out. Unfortunately, the computer's overheard him and tries to kill him. And then he's put on the computer thing. And they only just managed to stop it before it kills him. And
You stop there, and so we need to finish it with confused. You will be.
Yeah.
Do.
Can I just make an observation here?
Please.
If it's the computer killing people, then it's not strictly speaking murder because it's not the same species.
War crime, then.
Did the computer sign up for the Geneva Convention? How do you judge another life form or entity on our own principles?
It's sentient. It's capable of growth, and so
something?
It almost passes the Turing test.
All this episode needed was Dabney Coleman and Matthew Broderick, and it would have been.
Shall we play a game?
Did you enjoy it,
Would
Brian?
you like to play a nice game of chess? It wasn't
We're breaking
bad.
him.
It
We're
was
breaking
On the
him.
Doomwatch scale, it's not the worst.
very inaccurate to how real computers of the time would have worked, but I kind of got used to that from TV and everything. I mean, if you watch the 1990s movie Hackers, you'll see that little vein on my forehead start going.
Oh, I like that vein.
However, if I watch the actual War Games movie, that's pretty almost close enough. The problem is we've never made machines that can self-reason like the computer in Doomwatch, in the computer in War Games, or any other TV show or movie has done. That those have always been human contraptions, human ideas, and humans projecting onto them.
Mm-hmm.
It's an algorithm thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Almost an algorithm. But these machines didn't have those algorithms at the time. Yeah. So the inaccuracies bugged me, as most computer things in TV and movies do. But overall, leaving the whole theme of leaving your health to a machine and eliminating the human factor and everything, it's a resonance.
Sorry. No, I am listening.
No.
I'm just trying to... Right, okay. I realised I'd forgotten to line up what we're doing next week for Doomwatch and Blake 7. Sorry about that. I got a bit caught up there.
What does the computer look like in this episode? Is it a big panel of flashing lights and tapes?
It's a room.
Okay.
It's actually fridge computers.
It's with little cartridges that they take off, and then they've got the big discs on the side. Yes.
Yeah.
And deadly electrified circuits.
Yes.
The circuit boards that they replace in this are grossly oversized, but almost appropriate.
Brian, did you notice that?
I'm glad that was a criticism of Doomwatch. I wasn't expecting that as a criticism.
Brian, you can explain this to me, right? You're tech savvy. So the nurse then takes one of the memory discs out, and it's a big canister disc, right? But the doctor, when he was trying to do same, took out one of the little circuit board thingies. So there was just, so it was lying in a cupboard, on a shelf at the side. He could have just went in and picked it up rather than screwdriver
What the
unpick
doctor
it.
took out was a control board. Basically printed circuits with chips on them with embedded programming on it. We didn't have DOS or disk operating systems at the time.
They had the tape.
They had
I'm
the
so
tape.
sorry. Have you finished talking computer shit?
Have you ever seen a
that-
film called The Thorbin Project?
I've heard of it.
No.
Also called Colossus,
Yes.
Again, I've heard of it.
with a giant computer inside a mountain that's controlling one of my favourite films of all time. That is.
Does
It's
it end with
fantastic.
destruction?
It ends with control.
Yeah, I can see why you like it. All right.
Eddie, I recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Colossus, I'll look out for that.
Eddie,
Colossus / The Thorbin Project. It's got two names.
Colossus.
Eddie, what did you make of this Doom Watch thing?
I actually thought it was quite advanced. This is the precursor and probably of Terminator. It's a computer setting up its own kind of self-defense mechanism.
However, I would point out that luckily the British authorities have already had to deal with a problem like this called Votan.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No,
By
so-
the way, do you know what the Ministry of Defence satellite network is called for communicating with ships to the Army, to the Air Force? Do you know what that's called?
Please let it be Skynet.
It's called
Yeah.
Skynet.
Oh, thank God.
Of course it is.
Yeah. All right, I'll
bet
see
their
it.
security is based
I'm
on-
going to be honest for it. Aliens, millennia from now, aliens are going to come down to Earth and go, they fucking asked for it. It's,
No, I can't keep it up, right? So there was touches of that, right? But it was Doom Watch. It's not the worst episode we've watched,
no, it's not.
but it was unforgivable. It starts off, they kill Harold Bennett. They killed off young Mr. Grace within the first 5 minutes
Yes,
of
but
this.
they were all doing very well.
They were doing very, very well. Mr. Grace was kept alive so he could meet his great-grandson. And then in typical Doom Watch, horrible style, these the first to go.
Yep.
No, it's... It had touches of kind of like forward thinking. I quite like the premise of the sentient computer, and it's the whole thing around it. It gives a mild electric shock if you try and tamper with it. But obviously the computer had heard that it was going to be attacked, but this doctor didn't trust him. The scene with the brain surgery, I thought, oh, that's actually
That's
Yeah,
not
well,
rocket
that's
science,
good of
though.
its time.
That's not
Yeah.
it's rocket science.
Oh, I know it's the paint, but it looked okay, and but the whole thing around. So Doom Watch, they can do the biologists, they're computer experts. This highly sophisticated war games computer. They know how to fix it with a screwdriver. It's just silly.
Did you
What?
notice that Bradley almost had something to do this week?
That's the young fella that started off.
No, Colin, the computer guy. Doom Watch just.
Oh, the Yorkshire guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He almost had something to do this week.
He had the screwdriver.
Yeah.
He brought the screwdriver.
You
And
know
he
how
actually
you
got him
fix
at the
that
office.
computer? You know how you stop that computer? Pull the plug.
Unplug it.
Ah, turn it off and on again.
Right, next week's Doom Watch, she said, hopefully, this is all the stuff I was trying to sort out, is called, oh, this had better be a good one, Flight into Yesterday.
Time travel.
Good episode.
Oh, please let it be Bermuda Triangle stuff.
I have no idea.
Wormholes.
I remembered watching last week's one. I know I didn't finish watching Doom Watch, so I'm not sure if this is going to be new to me or not, which scares me. So
Could be
that's
Bermuda
that.
All the
That's And I think Blake 7, so as you're writing things down, is the Children of Aaron. Yep.
Yeah.
Will you
Children of
stop
Elves.
looking them up, Brian, please?
What? I'm not
Don't
looking
look
up. I'm making sure I have the edition.
Don't look up the
Yeah.
name of the last one.
Or any, really. That's the trouble. He's got a list of them in a file, hasn't he? So he'll see it no matter what. I don't want you to be spoiled for this. It's too good.
I'm not going to be spoiled. I mean, it's
It's like that moment where Darth Vader turns up in Rogue One. Yeah? It's like that. Grimos!
Yeah. The word.
the word.
I'm sorry. Someone on a Blake 7 Facebook group, someone was talking about Mutos. And I felt sorry for him and everything else like that. And I said, the thing about Mutos, brackets, good with a drop of milk and some sugar in the morning, close brackets. It's all very well and good, but what about Grimos? I don't know. Shall we see if anybody's responded to that? You know, like a laugh? It's extremely unlikely. I don't know how humourless or humourful Blake 7 fandom are. Oh, hang on. No, that's from I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. Nobody from Blake 7's bothered to get in touch. So it wasn't that good a joke after all.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. Terrible. Do you want to do... how quick is your quiz this week, Andrew?
Oh, why?
Well, I'm trying to
We
work
still
out where
have
to...
Blake 7 to do.
Yeah, I know.
It's about 10 questions long.
Right, so let's rabble through Blake's 7.
Or, as I'm now calling it, Terrence is a Ponce.
Right, okay, well, let's get this out of the way. Scale of 0 to 100. How much has an arrogant twat been Tarrant this week?
500.
Oh, I'm going to call him something that started with that sounded similar.
Yeah,
It
no,
starts
we
with a
don't use-
P and doesn't end.
Yeah. It's City at the End of the World. It is probably the all-time classic Blake 7 episode, where Tarrant bullies Villa into going down to open the door for someone he'd made arrangements with. Unfortunately, he'd made arrangements with Babin the Butcher, who's Colin Baker on 11. Hence,
Colin Baker doesn't have a level lower than 11.
hence when Paul Darrow went on to Doctor Who and Time Lash, he hammed it just to get his own back.
I don't think he's hamming it. I think he's actually really good.
I agree. That's just the thing. It works with him, but because it's in Blake 7 and it is such a good, lively character, it sort of stands out too much. If that makes sense, it's too much for its background. You know, it's too good for this. The one really good thing about this story is it really concentrates on Villa, and we finally get to see a little bit more what makes the man tick. And when he's Brian, would you do the honours on Twitch,
Happily.
please? Yeah, thank you. City Edge of the World. Andrew, please start.
I love this episode. It's absolutely fantastic.
That'll do. That's good.
The interesting thing is that you see Avon getting a bit protective of Villa.
Yes.
Where basically him and Tarrant nearly come to blows over the fate of Villa. Villa is absolutely petrified of Tarrant, who's gone too far in threatening him and threatening to throw him off the ship. So he goes down to the planet and he's not happy about it. But once he's given the job, he's actually in his element. And can see how good of you can see how much of a professional he actually is. He is boasting a bit.
Puzzle.
Well, he is boasting, but there's a pretty woman there with him as well. But I think he would have been boasting like that anyway.
Yeah. And I liked the plot's pretty good. You've basically got, this city which is actually a bridge to a distant spaceship, where they're supposedly finding a new world to live on. I like that. There's nothing really to fault about this.
No.
I like Sherm as well.
Well,
Sherm's quite funny.
hang on, which one's
Sherm is Baben's lapdog.
Whipping Boy? You know there's
Yeah.
going to be a Baben set coming out, don't you?
That would be.
From Big Finish.
And what I like is when Baben says, "I was working my way up the Federation's most wanted list. I didn't take any political shortcuts."
Yes.
He's very proud of what he does. And,
He's got this amazing way of shrinking his head, like when a Centauran dies, into his collar.
the only if you put a gun to my head, I'd say the only slightly weak point of the plot is when Villa happens to find the crystals on Villa World, and they're exactly the crystals that they need. I mean, that's a little bit of a contrivance, but I liked Carol as well. She was quite nice in terms of character. She obviously.
she didn't shoot Villa.
Sorry.
She didn't shoot Villa right off the bat, so.
And I think
Was a
this
plus.
makes Villa. I think this possibly makes Villa the only character to get laid in Blake 7.
In 3 seasons, you know what? Now you know why the crew's so grumpy.
Andrew?
Yes.
Sand.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Okay. And the very thought of that just makes me feel. But anyway, Children of Aaron next week. Who hasn't spoken yet? Well, both the boys haven't. Eddie, you go first.
I thought it was really good in the sense that it was like we get a Villa-centric episode.
About bloody time, to be fair.
Yeah, and we get to see that kind of side of Villa, and Villa does the decent thing in terms of he could have escaped everything he was going through, went to a paradise, had the girl, been the hero, and then he can't. He has to scratch that itch. He views locks and doors as he thinks beyond that. He thinks about the person that created it. He thinks about it's a challenge. It's a meeting of matching of minds, and that is what keeps him going. That's what drives him, and ultimately he gives it all up. And then by the end, he realizes what he has given up, and it's quite tragic and sad. It's just great, and great acting as well. So, a really good episode.
Fair enough, Brian.
I like the fact that Villa realizes I'm still here. I can make bigger mistakes in the future. So let's look forward to that.
Can't see that going wrong.
Yeah, when he realizes he had it all and he threw it away.
He threw it away to save the girl.
Yep.
Yep.
That was our silent pause for
With
something.
a special guest appearance, for the Black Guardian.
Yes. Raking
Now,
or
here's
sweeping, Turno.
Now here's a question I have.
42.
It was what? 3,000 years that the
Something like that, yeah.
okay, 3,000 years. Just 3,000 years. That's not a lot of distance in space.
No, I think if they'd been able to work out where the planet was, they probably could have got Avon to drop him off.
Yeah. That's not very far. That's like maybe the next 2
Thing
solar
is-
systems.
Would they? Because whilst Avon detests Villa,
He's used.
he is very useful. I don't think Avon would let him go. Not without a good
That
replacement.
is a possibility. He does understand perfectly, what
There's
Villa
only-
is, what he brings
there's
to
only-
the crew.
There's only one reason Avon would eliminate Villa, and that reason is made abruptly clear in a later episode.
Do you think there's an element that Avon actually quite likes Villa, and it's just
Yeah.
I don't know, because it blows so hot and cold. And it
I
depends
don't
who writes the script as
Really
well.
enjoy I do really enjoy Avon's veiled threat to Tarrant.
Yes.
While a good security expert is almost irreplaceable, I can find a pilot anywhere.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Put Tarrant in his place, certainly. Yeah, that was a good one this week. Like I said, I think it's for... I can't speak for Blake 7 fandom, but I'm pretty sure it must be the classic Blake 7 episode, really. It's the one everyone talks about all the time.
It's a good Villa episode.
It's practically an only Villa episode.
And that's fine.
To be fair. And it's just nice. And like when we saw second episode in Power Play, and Villa's being nursed, and you see the other side of him, the relaxed, kind side to him. That's what we saw this time round as well. And it's a case of he's actually quite a nice bloke. He just can't help nicking things.
You also saw his intelligence.
Oh, very much. He faked his grade, but he didn't want to have to go into the Federation. So he is an A grade, but he's faked it down to D.
He constantly plays the fool, but he's perhaps one of the most intelligent people on that ship.
Yeah.
He plays the fool. He's played it for so long now. He doesn't know how not to.
There is a reason why Villa, and this, I don't think there's any spoilers here. Villa is the only character to be in every episode of Blake 7.
Yeah. No spoilers there at all.
Sorry?
No spoilers at all. There's no spoilers there for that. He was in the very first episode. Goes all the way through to the very last episode.
Mm-hmm. Even Avon was only in it from episode 2 onwards.
Yep.
So there. So we enjoyed that. That's good. Next week, it's Children of Aaron.
What the book says.
Oh, do tell. Yes, yeah.
In a nutshell, Villa opens more than just a door.
Yeah, that'll do. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Quiz time.
Oh, right. Quiz time.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Quiz time. Right.
I'm joining in on this one. I've got an extra question at the end.
Hang on just a second, okay? I'm just going to have things pop.
Let me get the chat room back up.
I'm not typing, by the way. I can't be asked to do all that nonsense.
There we go. Okay.
Right, so I shall put Andrew centre screen. Alright, there we go. I swear that looks like Scaroth. It's not. It's something Imperial, but for a second.
What?
Don't worry.
Okay. We're starting off with a smaller TARDIS than normal. This one.
Yeah. Now, what is it you're wanting to know?
I want to know which Doctor's TARDIS it is.
Thank you. That I am therefore going to say is Matt Smith's.
I'm going to go for Peter Capaldi's.
I'm going to go the only Doctor. Because there's only one Doctor.
So, what you've said Capaldi, Siobhan?
No, yes. No, I said Matt Smith.
And
Eddie said Capaldi.
Brian?
All of them.
Oh, you've said all of them.
Bit of a cheat, really, but...
The answer is inside.
Looking at the colour scheme. Is that
Matt
later
Smith.
Matt Smith?
Later. Matt Smith later.
I think you're right, Brian. I think that's the later period. That's season 7 Matt Smith. Season 7B Matt Smith.
That's right before the regen.
Yeah. Are we right, Sinister?
Yes.
Good-o. Onwards.
Right.
So it's Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by. The next one.
Holmes. Both Doctors.
Show me the interior.
Okay, as you ask.
Yeah, that's not going to help much, is it?
Oh, so I'm going to go
9/10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Next one.
Yeah. Series 5. Sorry, Series 6. No, Series 5. What am I
No,
talking about?
Imperial.
This is Series 5.
Again. That's
Or
Capaldi's, is
it's
it not?
supposed
That's
no,
Capaldi's.
no, it's not. It's basically Character Options' attempt at a Series 5. It's the Newbury box with a larger light put on top and the panel put on the other door like it was during Series 5.
Okay.
I love the way you kept pointing at it as I'm explaining it.
Yes. Right.
Okay, come on.
Next one.
Smith's season. Smith's first season.
You see, the trouble
Yeah.
with Character Options is that they are not wholly accurate. For example, again, that's the Tom Baker police box.
Big clue. Big clue.
Would that be the Regeneration one? The Planet Spider's Robot Arkham Space one?
I think it's the Monster of Peladon one.
Oh, I didn't know they'd done a Monster of Peladon one. Okay.
I think it's that one. I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
We're not really. I'm not
Like,
really. keeping
like
it.
I say, that's the trouble with Character Options. They've got 2 molds for the TARDIS, and that's it.
That one's probably. This one's darker. So this could be the one you said.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know they did a Regeneration one with the box and Tom with in Pertwee's
I'll go with
body.
the 4th.
That's this one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the inaccuracies on these. I really do. Oh, that's Sharda.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, 4th.
4th.
No, Sharda. Let's be specific. Well, no, not actually. It is Sharda because of the colour of the windows. But yeah, it was a bit like that in Horns of Nimon as well. So yeah.
Don't like the
Well,
light.
yes, of course.
Well, it's supposed to be a fuzz lamp, isn't it? So it does mean, however, if you can get it flashing, you can do your own opening titles to Police Squad in colour. Oh, now that's tricky.
It is a pretty one, though.
Pull back, please, so we can see the base.
I'll go second Doctor.
Base.
So I go
Second.
8.
No, that is judging by that. I would like to say it's a 5th Doctor box. It's not. It's the 7th Doctor box. That's what I'm saying. 7th Doctor.
I think it's a 6th.
Well, if you don't know, why are we doing this?
If you don't know, how are we supposed to?
Right. This next one, I do know what this one is. There's your clue.
Right. Okay. Yep.
I'll go 3rd.
It's the Yardley
Yeah.
Jones box. If that helps you.
I know what it's meant to be. This one, and as I say, there's your clue.
Yep.
This one is from a specific story.
You notice it is dirtied up. And I've got it sitting on my shelf behind me over there.
That is from Caves of Androzani.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
5th Doctor.
5th. So
You got that right. Well done, Andrew.
Right. Next one.
Hartnell, supposedly.
Correct.
Again, that's sitting behind me.
Hartnell box.
It does actually look rather good, even though it's not a proper police box. It does look good in that livery, to be fair.
Okay, I've got 2 more coming up.
All right.
Now, this one's an interesting one because there's your clue.
I'll guess the 2nd then. Old.
2.
Note the position of the handle on the door.
McGann?
Yeah, that means nothing to me.
It's the wrong way round. It's the wrong way round, the handle.
No, it's not McGann. The light. Is this a custom job?
No,
I'll go with 2.
No, it's not. It's.
not a 2.
1.
I think this is a McCoy.
The light's wrong though. And the McCoy ones are far brighter blue.
Did they do a McGann one? They didn't do a McGann one,
I don't
did they?
think they did. The light... Oh, that's bugging me now. I don't know where that's from. And I think it's down to character options being inaccurate. I know, it's mass-produced. They can't get it perfect.
I
But
thought that came with a McCoy, I'll be honest with you.
then the McCoy box was a lot lighter.
The McCoy
However,
box-
they could have had a second... Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a McCoy box.
Yeah.
McCoy stuff was more
don't know.
childlike, so the brighter.
In fact, I'm going to
colors
turn
on
around
things
and say that
work.
that box could actually be Jodie's.
No, it's not. I'm missing Jodie's. Hang on, let me just check. Jodie one has got an interior.
Unless
Unless
she's
they've done
taken
one-
the time vector generator out.
All right.
Unless they've taken the time vector generator out. Or Pete Tyler's still alive.
Be a Jodie one actually, but I didn't think
It's
I had
the
a Jodie
light.
one.
It's the light that's doing it for me.
Only you see, this is the thing: is I saw a Jodie one on Amazon that's got an interior, and I thought, blimey, why haven't I got a Jodie TARDIS? But now the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking I must have a Jodie TARDIS. So maybe that's it.
Yep.
Okay, right.
Okay, good.
Last one.
Right ho.
Ooh.
I'm going to say it again, Matt Smith.
I'll go with Tennant.
I'll go with to Eccleston.
Matt Smith.
Myth.
Yep, that's Matt Smith. My go. Hang on, that means I've got to put me up front and centre for the viewers. Okay, boys and girls. Where's this one from?
That's
Well,
Tommy Baker.
It's back to front, I hasten to add, because my whole picture's back to front.
No, your picture's back to front for you, but not for us.
Oh, right,
Second.
okay.
Second Doctor.
Fourth.
Brian?
Third.
Okay, it's what one of Andrew's should look like. This is essentially Wargames / Speared from space. The latter part
Go
of the
third.
Troughton era.
Second. I get a
You
point.
got it?
Third
You
Doctor.
get a point?
I was right.
Yep.
I've got one more thing. Well, a series of things to show you.
Oh, dear.
Stand by. So
We have such things to show you.
long before the official Doctor Who Lego set came out, I designed a 4-way symmetrical Lego minifigure scale TARDIS, which is very difficult to achieve at that scale. And it actually became a very popular design, and I gave the instructions away for free. And this is it.
Nice.
I have several different versions of it though. I've got writing black there. I've got totally black tile there. I've got blue tile version there. And I've got a Bad Wolf one as well. These are engraved tiles that I had specially made. And then then they bought the same pieces out in dark blue. So I've got a dark blue one.
Always nice to have a dark blue thing.
I have a fossilized TARDIS that I just made for a laugh.
Yo.
And then, just because I could, I made a green one.
One does.
As
Indeed.
one does. So,
Indeed. Thank you
yeah,
for the quiz. What is next week's quiz?
it'll be the last quiz I can possibly think of, which will probably be Daleks.
That could be
Just
tricky.
quick before we go. Do you want the results?
Go on
Brian,
then.
you
Sorry,
ready for
was
this? You ready for
anybody
this, Brian?
keeping the results?
I was, yeah. Brian,
Good.
Siobhan won.
No.
You
Really?
I was last with 4 points. Brian was second with 6, and Siobhan was first with
How
11.
many did Sinister get?
None.
Oh, none.
No, he didn't.
No.
And he had the chance to win a point as well.
Okay, right. You are right. You are right. That was a Jodie TARDIS. Only so I have got a Jodie TARDIS. So I don't know why I didn't think I did, but I do have one, and that was it. So that's good. I can take it out of my basket now. I don't win
The
anything.
Flashing Blade, we help everyone.
You've won a. You've won a.
Oh,
Jodie
by the way,
TARDIS
to
that you
the
didn't really
person
have.
The
When
person
you win a Jody, let me know. We'll talk trade.
Okay.
Especially for the person that commented, which was saying that this isn't the Flashing Blade. This isn't the Flashing Blade from years gone past, the French dubbed thing. All right, it's named after it because of the lyrics to the theme tune. That's why it's called the Flashing Blade. It was originally we were originally a podcast. We've now moved to YouTube and Twitch because it's a hell of a lot easier, and I don't have to do bugger all editing. I love it.
And it's been a fanzine.
And I forgot it's been a fanzine, and we have missing episodes,
We do have missing episodes.
which delights me. You have no idea. Right, so suppose I've got to ask this: what are your plans for next week?
Valium.
Yeah, I was thinking more the Azepam.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to try and save you a ham sandwich from the wake?
Bring a couple back, eh?
Yeah,
I like a good ham sandwich.
You know,
Can you
it's-
email me one?
I'll see what I can
Always
do.
get it, fried and stuff.
However, with spam sandwich, you're gonna have to check that folder.
You won't get
Ends
through.
with spam and spam sandwich.
But the good thing is, the funeral's tomorrow, so everything's going to be over and done with. I hope, dear God, I hope. And yeah, onwards to Hooverville. Hi, Sean, sweetheart.
You're a bit
Hello,
late.
Sean. Heyo.
So,
There you go. No, it's timed out. He was late.
I think you're abusing your moderator privileges just a little bit here.
Can you reverse it? Can you reverse it?
No,
Well,
you've done it a
you
second time.
can't.
You've done it a
God,
second time.
He'll kill me.
Hey,
For
good job.
600 seconds. So now's the time. If you want to say anything about Sean, now's the time to say it. Frankly,
I've unbanned him. I've brought him back. I've removed the timeout. I found out how to do it. There we go. Sorry, Sean. You were late. We will have
why?
this.
Why do I let any of us near anything technical to do with the show? We can't work the stuff.
I
You
do a
know?
good job.
What, of just sitting there talking?
No,
Yes.
he sorts it out. He gets rid of the bots and the
I ban
12-year-olds.
people like crazy. I have the ban hammer.
Oh, bless him. He's the
I
god
will
of.
get-
He's the god of
I
hammers.
will get a ban hammer. I will buy a new ban hammer.
So next week, stuff. Best let you know what's happening. Wednesday evening, 10:30 UK time, 5:30 Eastern. It's the live reaction to The Impossible Planet, the David Tennant
This is a good
story.
one.
Friday, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's our reaction through Fan Dinosaurs, looking at Genesis. Destiny of the Daleks parts 1 and 2. So next Sunday, I've gone through stuff where it's more of this nonsense at the same time, basically. And then the weekend after, we're going to be off the air because of Hooverville. That all of us are going to, except one. We're not trying to make him feel bad at all.
I'll figure something out, Ryan. I'm going to get you there for a chat or something. We'll do something.
I'm gonna have to refill my alcohol content. It's gonna be one of those weeks, guys.
Yeah.
I shall not be drinking.
Oh, when I come over next year,
Yeah,
oh yeah, there's gonna be drinking.
I don't do drinking. I
You
don't
don't
drink.
have to drink. I'll drink.
That's all right. You're
I
allowed.
drink.
I mean, I don't not
I'll
drink.
drink for all of you.
Oh, just quickly, you did say anything special happened this week. Can we just say, just for Sean and me, right? Welcome back, CM Punk. 7 years was far too long. Welcome back, and it was a beautiful
How did
moment.
he do?
Oh, it was Dynamite Friday. If you a chance to see it, Brian, it was fantastic. It was
Excellent.
brilliant.
Excellent.
Say-
Chicago is
Finally,
the-
we're chanting CM Punk for the right person.
Sin, they're talking
7 years.
wrestling again, Sin.
Sean
their
came
own.
over. Oh, seriously, it was beautiful, Brian. And he gave everybody free ice cream bars as they were leaving the arena. Brilliant. What more can you ask for a guy? What a guy. Right, sorry, I'll shut up. That was for me and Sean, sorry.
I'm now completely bewildered. Look, we're going to go away. We'll see you. I say, no big changes for a couple of weeks, but we will see you. Oh, yes. We will see
I
you.
need to address something. Yes, Retta, I will, of course, take my customary spot on the floor as I proceed to drink. That way I'm already on the floor. I don't have
Lovely. Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
boys.
boys.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Please insert your own John Levine joke here, because tonight I just can't be asked. Oh, hello, they've stopped.